You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of March, and just here with another episode. So, this week I'm gonna obviously look at last week's bets. I have one bet for this week because it is the an international break, which is usually shade. Um, Next week, I'll give an update on things, how things are going with my outright bets, and what else? A profit loss because the month will be over. I'll just say that basically, I'm going to talk about Cheltenham today. Cheltenham has saved my March. Um, I haven't won a football bet in the month of March. It was looking like it was going to be a bad month for my profit loss, but two wins there during Cheltenham have boosted that up major. So um, if I get another bet up, I'll make money. If I don't, and I keep losing the same sort of money I've lost the first 2 weeks of the month, I'll probably break even for the month. But as I say, I'll get into that more in depth next week. As I say, because with there being an international break this week and then a terrible midweek next week, there won't be a lot to talk about. I'll probably not even do the stats for this weekend because there's going to be, there's only going to be like 30 games. It's hard, to look at stats when you haven't got the sort of the numbers that you need to sort of draw a conclusion. But anyway, and I've still done the stats for the overs this week, even though I didn't do an over 2.5 bet. I'm kind of glad it didn't anyway, but I'll get into the bets. So the main bet, Spurs, right? So Spurs drew, but it was an early payout, so that was up. Leyton Orient again drew, but that was an early payout, so that was up. Wrexham won and Northampton won. The team that beat me was Derby, and they were 2-0 down, I think, in the first 30 minutes, which is, I said this on Saturday, that's the issue. If you only do one bet and you have a thing like that where they were 1-0 down within a few minutes and then 2-0 down after, like, I think 30, then it kind of spoils your afternoon because, you've got no other bet. What I did do was I had a few pound in William Hill that I won from free spins and stuff. I went in and done an in-play bet at half time for both teams to score. So I picked a lot of games that were 1-0 and done them both teams to score. I think I did 8 and 6 ended up being up. So I actually got a decent sweat out of that. Whereas I didn't get a sweat out of my own bet. Yeah, so I also did 3 draws because I had a £2 free bet with, who was it with? Can't even remember. But yeah, I had one up. One was postponed, was abandoned, and the other one was late goal in the Barnsley and Wickham game. That beat it. So, maybe next week when the football's back, I might, because I used to be really good at picking the draws. I might do a fiver on the draws bet, but we'll see. The evening bet on Saturday, Dortmund plus over 1.5 was up. Darmstadt, both teams to score, was beat. Celta Vigo, can't remember what that was. Bologna was over 1.5 was up. I had a 2.5 in there that was beat, and Standard Liège were 2 up and end up drawing 2 each. You don't get early payout in the Belgian league. Just on the early payout, so anybody that, I think Sky Bet do it now as well. Obviously Bet365. But it really is worth, if you don't have a Bet365 account, you should get one because that is a big, big thing. It does happen. There's 2 of my teams at a 5 on Saturday that were early payouts that end up drawn. Now the only thing is, if you're due a bonus, you don't get the bonus. But who gives a fuck if the bet's up? That's the main thing. So it's definitely something that you should consider doing. If you haven't got a Bet365, they are probably the best bookie. I mean, they're all cunts, let's face it. But they're probably, as far as prices on things like the early paid, they're probably the best. Sunday, so I did a massive over 1.5, and it was actually beat by the first fucking game, but it ended up 6 of the 8 were up, and there was some great prices in there. I do like the over 1.5s on a Sunday, but you have to put, I had to put a tenner on that to get a decent return, and you know, sometimes I will end up betting £15 on a Sunday, but it'll be three fiver bets. So I don't know. Maybe I will just do that tenner over 1.5s on a Sunday, um, and just hope that it gets to run me all day. Because my problem is if I do an early bet on a Sunday and it's beat, that's fair enough. So I'll do one for the afternoon. If that's beat, then I get antsy at night and want to put another one on. So I don't know. I'll look at that. But the other bet on Sunday, Royal Union in Belgium over 1.5 was up. Bayern Munich, the winner over 1.5 was beat. There was two penalties in that game. Did you see them? They were dodgy. You booked for Dave both times and then got two penalties. But anyway, PSV conceded a late equaliser. Sturm Graz won. Cluj conceded a late equaliser, and Copenhagen was over 2.5. That was up. So I'll quickly run through the stats of 74 games in England at the weekend. So Premier League 7 games only was 3 favourites, 3 draws, 1 outsider. Championship 9 games, 4 favourites, 4 draws, 1 outsider. League 1 12 games, 6 favourites, 2 draws, 4 outsiders. League 2 there was 11 games, 3 favourites, one. There was 5 draws, which is big, and 3 outsiders. The National League and the National League North and the National League South were actually decent. So National League 12 games, 6 favourites, 4 draws, 2 outsiders. And the National League North, there was actually 8 favourites, 1, 4 draws, no outsider, 1. So you had a good chance of picking a winner there. And the National League South was 5 favourites, 1 draw, 1 out or 5 outsiders. Sorry, from 11. In total, that was 35 favourites, 23 draws, which is quite big, and 16 outsiders. So in total, 35 favourites out of 74 was 47%. So not terrible, but not great. You know, you want it over 50. You really want it towards 60. The overs, 6 over 1 nut in the Premier League, 2 over 7 nut in the National League, or the Championship, sorry. League 1, 4 and 8. League 2, 5 and 6. National League, 6 and 6. National League North, 5 and 7. And National League South, 7 and 4. So that worked out at 35 over and 39 net. So again, 47%. So there earlier on when I said that I probably was glad I didn't do an overs bet, it's very unlikely for it to touch. So I'll move on. Actually, before I move on for this week's bet, so let me talk a wee bit about Cheltenham. So on the first day, was it the first day I got my money back? No, the first day I got nothing. And I had some free bets in there. I done my lucky 15. On the second day, I had 2 winners, and going on to the fourth race, I had the second favourite. If it had a won, I would have won, I think, 750 or 780. If it placed, which it did, it would have got me 140 odds, and if it didn't place, it would have got me like 110 or 120. What's funny about that bet is that the horse that was beaten was actually a horse that was well fancied. A few people who I would look at their tips and stuff and their fancies tipped it up. But what actually happened in the race was the horse, I can't remember the name of it, it got nudged by another horse and it ended up dropping to the back of the pack. And then as it got, closer to the last couple of furlongs, I think he just realised he wasn't going to get through and he pulled it up. Now, it wasn't a favourite. It was actually, I think it was like 9 or 10 to 1. So if he doesn't get that, I mean, I know it's horse racing, anything can happen. If he doesn't get that nudge that sends him, back to the end of the pack, maybe I'm going into that third race with 3 winners, with maybe, 8, 900, £1,000 banked, waiting to maybe win 5 or 6 grand. So yeah, it was decent. Look, I'm not going to complain. I got 140 quid back from a £15 bet. It's not bad. The next day, the lucky 15 wasn't great, but I did have some £1 free bets. I did a lot of doubles. A couple of them had one of the 2 up, but one of them touched, which was a bet on live score. I had Sending at 25 to 1, and that Love and Voice, you call it, the race on the Thursday, at 10 to 1. So that actually paid 285 quid, which is not bad for a free bet. You know what I mean? When you add that to the 140, you're over 400 quid there. What I did do then was, um, because I found out, that was something I tweeted as well, that usually I do my Lucky 15s in the bookmakers, because what they do is they offer uh, treble the odds if you only get one winner. So let's say I had a 10-1 winner, and that was it, and I have it each way. So that 10-1 winner becomes a 30-1 winner. So your 50p on that gets you 15 quid, basically get your money back. Also, the 15 quid, or sorry, the 30-1 winner placed, so you'll get a fifth of the odds. So what's that? Say five something or 50p on it, so you'll get another 250. So you're talking like getting close to 20 quid. And that's for me, when you're doing each way, lucky 15 on mostly big prices. That's a good thing to do, because one winner can get you your money back, or even two placers will get you your money back. Um, Whereas if I do that on most bookmakers online, they'll just give me that 10-1 with 50p on it, so I get a fiver back, and you're not covering your thing. So I've had good luck with that. There's been many a times where I've went the whole week just getting my money back, getting my money back, getting my money back. But I basically had a free Cheltenham some of those years, or at least I wasn't losing a lot of money. But what I did find out was the Boyle Sport, and I think Betfred as well, do offer the travel odds. So what I did was I opened up a Boyle Sport account, and because I hadn't used it before, the offer was 50 quid in free bets. So the next day, on the Friday, I just went ballistic with the 50 quid. I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just blast it all. So I did a lot of pound each way bets on big prices, and I did, instead of doing a 50p lucky each way lucky 15, I did a pound one which cost 30 quid. And I say, but the most I think I got back like £3 or something, was I had one place on the each way lucky 15. But look, I wasn't really bothered. I threw the money in. I also got a free £10 casino bonus that I managed to, on roulette, gamble up and get myself 40 quid. So I'll take that. But that is a good idea. And I've mentioned this before, around big meetings like, Grand National, Cheltenham, Oscat. Bookmakers do good new customer offers. And if you don't want to invest a lot of money on a racing, a meet that lasts 3, 4, 5 days, then open up a new account, get the free bets, do a £10 qualifying bet, and then you're going to get 20, 30, 40, 50, who knows how many free bets. I think Betfair had one where if you was it Betfair? If you opened an account, place a tenner bet, you got a free fiver bet every day, which isn't bad, it's giving you an interest every day. But yeah, so again, Cheltenham was good to me. It got me, over 400 odd pound back. It's helped my March. I just need to try and get a football bet up here, because they have not been great. So we'll look at this bet for next week. So the first team is Turkey away to Armenia in the Euro qualifying. They're 4-9, which is 1.44. Second is Croatia at home to Wales, 4-7, 1.57. Leighton Orient away to Hartlepool, 8-11, 1.73. Portsmouth at home to Port Vale, even money, and that's 2.0. Northampton away to Doncaster, 23-20, that's 2.15. In total, that is 15-1. Um, I haven't got my research done. I can give you a quick sort of overview of it, but I usually have it all written down here or saved on my phone. But the Turkey and the Croatia matches are both the first games of the qualifying, so there's not much to look at form there. Turkey have beaten Armenia the two times they played them. The Croatia game, Croatia's at home for one, and the second thing is Gareth Bale's retired, so he's their best player. He's gone. The Leighton Orient have one of the best away records in the league, playing Hartlepool, who are in really poor form. The Portsmouth, Port Vale. So Portsmouth they're not sitting well in the league, but they have a decent home record, and Port Vale have an awful away record. The Northampton are in great form at the minute. They're winning a lot of games 1-0, which is a worry. Again, Doncaster have a poor record at home and just in general. So that's the sort of reasons. But I haven't went in depth in it this week. But trust me, I did all the research that I normally do. Although at the minute, would it fucking matter because I haven't been able to get near one recently. Looking at the midweek's not great. Obviously with the international break, but we do have some international games. And, as much as I hate betting in them, I will bet in them, but I'll not be going mental. I'll not be doing 2 and 3 and 4 bets over the weekend. I'll do a bet Saturday night for a couple of them internationals, and I'll do one on Sunday maybe. That would be probably it, and the same during the week. So Tuesday night there's 12 AFCON qualifying for the African nations. There's 12 games. There's 1 in League One. There's 2 in League Two. There's 9 in the National League, 4 in the National League North, 4 in the National League South, and there's 7 Euro qualifiers. Wednesday it's 1 League One game and a Scottish League Two game. Thursday there's absolutely zip, not a fucking thing. So look, the international breaks, it is a time for you can have a pause, you can, have a rethink, save some money. Um, so yeah, that's it. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was I've just had my Twitter profile and header updated. So thanks to Limitless Revisions, he'd done that for me. I've been wanting to do it for ages. Um, the, the the header and the thing I made them myself on my phone, and they were, it's pretty basic, but he's done them digitally for me, and I'm really happy with them. So that's basically it for this week. It just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.